Welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Stephanie Miller. Thanks for joining us. Who enjoyed spelling bees when they were younger? I know I sure did. Well, adults here in Montgomery County are having a little fun tonight with the Bee-Lieve in Literacy Adult Spelling Bee Showdown, really, because groups are competing against each other. This is a fun way that this area has come up to raise money for the Imagination Library of Montgomery County. We'll share more on the efforts ongoing here in Montgomery County for the Imagination Library and how you can connect with your Imagination Library where you are. But first, let's get a check of our headlines. Nixle is an emergency notification system that is available for residents in Cheatham County. Nixle allows local agencies to send out timely emergency alerts and updates to residents via text, phone call, email, the web, and social media. The system shares information about day-to-day public safety and emergency issues such as severe weather, active shooters, missing persons, severe traffic conditions, road closures, and messages about public safety information that is for events and for criminal activity. 4 grants totaling nearly $76,000 will help to expand local educational and outreach programs at Mont Haven Arts and Cultural Center in Hendersonville. The award is part of a $12.3 million to support the arts in rural and urban communities across 95 counties. Tennessee's nonprofit arts and cultural industry generates $1.4 billion in annual economic activity that supports over 23,400 full-time equivalent jobs and strengthens quality of life, economic vitality, tourism, and arts learning for people of all ages.
They walk among us, but at 240 miles per hour, they become something more. They're thrill seekers, risk takers, and maybe just a little bit unhinged. Buckle up. This new era of speed, this racing revolution, it's just getting started.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Miller. Main Street Media is partnering with Borchetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix at the Nashville Superspeedway to send a family of 4 to the race August 31st. To register, please visit any Main Street Media website and look for the Register Here banner. You'll also receive some fantastic Borchetta Bourbon Music City merchandise. We look forward to seeing you at the race. Welcome back. Raising money for books for little ones. That is the goal of tonight's Bee-Lieve in Literacy Adult Spelling Bee.
In Montgomery County, we serve almost 10,000 children, and where we're sending books to every single one of their homes.
One of the major things that I personally was not aware of until I was asked to be on the board was that while Dolly is very generous in lending her name and helping contribute towards the postage expense, the program expense, all in all, is not paid by Dolly. The board is responsible for raising at this time almost $120,000 a year, and that amount will continue to increase as the number of children that receive these books increases. So that was a big eye-opener for me. That's one of the things we're trying to really focus on as well, is educating people not only about the program, but that we also need funds to make the program possible. Another thing that a lot of people might not know about the program, and the board is so gracious to do and good at doing, is refurbishing, if that's the right word, the books that we are able to get back. So we delete the information that is on the label or on the mailing, and then we distribute those back out to the community, because there may be so many children that either were not fortunate enough to participate in the program or just need books. So we attend a lot of events and refurbish those and redistribute those books. because they cannot be resold, and that's another great aspect and use of these books.
You know, when we're out in the community and we go to a lot of different events and we're making the families aware of what Imagination Library is and encouraging them to sign up so those children can build up their home libraries, which we know helps with early childhood literacy, helps them be more prepared for school, and it builds that bond, as you said earlier.
What sort of fundraiser do you have that we should know about?
Well, we have the upcoming Bee-Lieve in Literacy, an adult spelling bee. That will be August 12th. Reception will begin at 5. The program will begin at 6. It is a fundraiser that started a few years ago and was held for a couple years, and then COVID and lots of things happened, and so we're trying to revitalize that event, and that again will be August 12th.
That is fantastic. So we buy tickets to the event. How can we be a part of that spelling bee? Like participate in it? How does that work?
So we have numerous sponsorship levels. You may start with buying tickets and attending, or you may become a sponsor. Those sponsorships begin at anywhere from $250 all the way up to the Queen Bee sponsorship and the amount of $10,000. I would point out, if you decide to be a Queen Bee, that as part of that, you can have your business name on every book that goes out to these children for a month.
In our beautiful Customs House Museum. So as they come in, they'll see all of the wonderful food, and then drinks are also available, and then there'll be some auction items for people to bid on, and then they'll move into the auditorium beginning at 6 o'clock, where we will start the fun, even more fun, I should say.
And the teams are composed of 3 contestants or team members. We have to have a limited number of teams simply because of time constraints. We all want to be conscious that it is a Tuesday night, and it's on what we will call a school night. You have to get up and go to work the next morning, so we do keep the number of teams limited to keep the time of the event to a reasonable time, but we also want to give the teams ample opportunity to spell. People get really excited about spelling, Stephanie. So I'm not one of those people, but people get really excited. So we want to make sure that they actually have time to compete. But it's a fun competition.
It is a fun competition. There's bribing that's accepted at this event, and there are lots of other opportunities for fun. We have some great MCs. We have Kimberly Wiggins, our county trustee. She and Charlie Kuhn will be emceeing the event, and then our judges are going to be former Mayor Durrett, and we also have Lee Irwin and Janet from the EDC, Janet Wilson, that's right. When you're going to make a donation, so say they went to our Imagination Library of Montgomery County page, which is under the library page, and they went there, there is a section, do you want to designate this for a specific county? That's where they need to go in, and they need to choose Montgomery County, because we need that to keep the program going. And you know, not every community in the United States is fortunate enough to have a program, and it's because the community contributes. But what we need to do is get the word out that Dolly doesn't pay for everything, so that they know that they can contribute. And for $16, they can sponsor a family for an entire year, or a child for an entire year.
And yes, of course, you can attend tonight's Bee-Lieve in Literacy Adult Spelling Bee. You can purchase your tickets there at the door at the Customs House Museum and Cultural Center. We hope that you'll join us. Stick with us. When we come back, I'll give you a look at the fun that was had by adults on Friday at the Adventure Science Center, and where you can be on the lookout for their next Way Late play date.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
3-3.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
I'm ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Look who greeted guests as they enter the Adventure Science Center for the Way Late play date on Friday. A dinosaur, of course. It was Jurassic themed this time around. Some of the activities that we were able to enjoy, they had a camp mess hall where they were mixing up liquid nitrogen and grape soda. We were able to make campfire s'mores. There was also a bone excavation lab, We were able to do some prehistoric pampering by making bath bombs and little dinosaur eggs. It was a grand time for adults to explore and experience what the little ones get to on a daily basis. Now, this is just a fun way for the Adventure Science Center to raise money with these fundraising events to combine science, pop culture, unique challenges. And you can take part in the next Waylight Play Date. That is coming up in October. For more information, I encourage you to head over to the Adventure Science Center's website. That is Adventure, SCI, so adventuresci.org, and purchase your ticket. It is well worth what you're spending for that ticket price. Thanks for joining us here at Mornings on Main Street. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.